Hello everybody, it's Jennifer. So today we have a little journal paper by SS Digital Studio. It's a little kitchen book. You can make this into a recipe book. I went ahead and this is really just a normal journal. Of course, you could obviously then use it as a recipe book as well, but it's not necessarily at the moment set up, for meats, appetizers, that kind of thing. The cover is fabric, and it's just stabilizer to give it form, so there's no chipboard or anything in it. So that's why it's floppy, but it's not massively floppy because of the stabilizer. And this little piece here is, I embroidered this by hand, and it's technically, the pattern is called red work, but I did it in blue. And then blanket stitched it onto it. And then let me see if I can get this where you can nicely see that. There we go. So this is the cover, and I just picked some fabrics that were used in the book, but also some fabrics that went nicely with all the colors and everything, and just made a little patchwork cover here. And as you can see, the signatures are sewn right into the fabric cover, and just to make some nice interest, I added some buttons and coordinating colors. So that is the cover. The inside fabric is a nice coordinating blue fabric. And then there's some stitching and fabrics throughout the book. So let's take a walk through. Let's see, there's everything's from the kit. There are some papers that are from some old early 1900s newspapers, a recipe book. It's this recipe book, and I think I'm not sure if the date is in here or not. As you can see, it's pretty old, and I think one of the pages somewhere had a date on it, but don't know. Anyway, so it's an old German recipe book that was written in by hand. So throughout this book, I used pieces of that recipe book. And so, for instance, all of the little extra collage elements, those are from that recipe book. And these are some stickers from a stash. And there you can see there's just a piece of the recipe book. I'll just flip through. There's an old ledger paper. And some tag from the kit. And then I really liked this. This is the recipe, the whole thing. Chocolat Buch Chocolada. No idea. But it has cocoa, some powder, some cocoa butter, and vanilla. I just backed that on some of the coordinating backing paper that is included in the kit. And some other papers in here are one is from an old music book. So this is an old music book. And by old, I believe I want to say 1883, something like that. And then there's also an old joke book, but it had some great pictures about. Now here I wanted to show you this. I made these, so there's these little elements in the kit, and I really liked these little guys, and so I made paperclip covers. Now, one thing I do is on this side, so I took a piece of fabric, sewed on the little element from the ephemera. And then on the back, I took another piece of fabric and just sewed that on. that way, when you put the paper clip on, you don't have to put it on over this. The paper clip goes on the fabric, and now you won't see the paper clip on your image. And get that on there, and then that just, this one is holding this guy on there. This is just a piece of cardstock, and added in one of the pockets. Great postcards, and this is actually backed with some fabric, and it's just like kind of like a taffeta, silky kind of fabric. And this is a piece of scrapbook paper. I just really liked the guy with his vegetables, and then this guy over here with his sheep. Thought it went nicely with the theme. And here we have a piece of ledger paper backed with another one of the recipe book pages and a sticker. Oh, this actually can hold, I don't have anything in there, just grab this. So that's a pocket as well. Add something there. And then here's just, it was a big tablecloth kind of thing, and just took one of the squares from the tablecloth. Here's another postcard backed with some recipe again. And this pocket, take this out. What I've done is took some vellum, made one pocket, and then added this corner pocket that is included with the kit, and then just put some trim around it. This allows you to really see the background paper a little bit more. And then this tag was made from some of the background paper, again with some of the book pages and some of the ephemera. And little tag. And this is again the that music book. But I just liked him sitting there drinking out of this enormous tankard. And I love this. I think they're turnips or cockroaches, but I like to think that they're turnips because they just look cute. And I don't like cockroaches, so they're turnips. Like this little conversion. Those are very useful. I love that. This is from that, I think it's an old joke book, and it's very early 1900s. But I love the picture. I can't read it. I might be able to, but some of the letters in this old font is really hard to see. And here they've spilled what Mama made them. This is an old piano. That's nice for journaling if you want to. And that paper. And here's another of the little paper clip covers. And one of the tags. Just a little bit of trim. And here we have a nice little scene of everybody catering to a very rich man, I'm assuming, who could stand to not be catered to for a little bit. The kit comes with a whole bunch of these really nice borders. I only used a few from the kit, and like I said, there's a bunch of them, and they're really nice. More catastrophe going on with the food. And yeah, they kind of ruined everything. Here we have a little pocket made from some of the background paper, and then I took one of the borders and then also put some trim down, and then we've got a couple of the little ephemera pieces here. They're all backed with the recipe paper. And this is a really old advertisement for chocolate. Another of the paperclip covers. And this is a tag made from an old, it's one of those that you would punch out for a computer. I like the tag. I love how it has that real vintage look, and don't really see that it's for a computer. This is an old tablecloth. It's a little piece of an old tablecloth. Some trim. And another of the postcards, the little applique element, and this one is backed with some fabric. I love this fabric. It has a quaint feel to it. And here again is another vellum pocket. This time I took one of the tags from the kit and stitched it onto the front, and again with some trim, and in is a little tag. Now this one, I had of course the backing on there, but I wanted to tone it down a little bit, so again there's some vellum, and the vellum is just sewn onto the tag. And that just kind of tones down the color of it. And I don't know if I saw this before, but so this here is it's kind of like wallpaper, sort of. It's sticky, so it's got adhesive already on it, and it's a cross between a fabric and wallpaper in its feel. It's hard to describe, but it's really neat, and so it does give a wallpaper feel. So I kind of liked that it, you can kind of picture this in on the walls of your kitchen. And we have another cute little tag. Really beautiful images in this. Place for some more tags. Just a little, I think this is another tablecloth. And then these three tags were just so cute. And I just added a little bit of the recipe book to them. And here's another of, I think it's a joke book. Because everything that happens in the book is just a catastrophe. And then here's, took a piece of the background paper and one of the tags, and again some of that sort of taffeta silky fabric. And when I glued it in so that I had two pockets for these two tags. A little piece of fabric here. And this is another piece of that same kind of like I said, it's like a cross between fabric and wallpaper. Didn't go down so well, kind of got some wrinkles, but I also like that because it also gives it kind of that old vintagey feeling, like your wallpaper is starting to come off of your wall. Another little postcard. And another journal card, some of the recipe book. This one has butcher paper. So. And this is one of the envelopes from the kit. And we have another of the little covers, and again this is from, I think this is also the music book, and I love this little image. Music book had some great images of eating and whatnot, and on this side it had a weird, really weird image, so I covered it up with some recipe book paper and this great little seal, what do you want to call that, from the ephemera kit. And here I took that same butcher paper and covered it with one of the journal cards, and it's that same weird stuff, and made a little pocket for this really old advertisement for Ovaltine, which is Ovomaltine, apparently in Germany. And again, this is from an old newspaper, really old newspaper, 1883, I want to say. Might have been, I have another one that was like 1912, so it's either the 1883 or the 1912, probably the 1912. And this is taken from an old German-English recipe book. And I thought that was pretty cool. And some more of this. I love her. I don't know what we're currently having to deal with, but it was stinky and making her cry, so. And the last page, let's see. I had this fabric, and I did not cut it like this. It was somehow, for some reason, it was already cut like that, and I thought, oh, it goes nicely with one of these pockets. And so I just lined it up and then added a little bit of trim, and you have a really neat little pocket. And there's a little tag, and another tag. Again, some of that recipe book. Use that quite a bit. And there is the end of the book. So I hope you enjoyed that. I haven't decided if I will make a closure or not. It doesn't seem to need it. As you can see, it's not like flopping or anything, but we'll see. Probably not, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. Otherwise, do the YouTube stuff, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.